Come on, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm trying to see if I can invite people and I'm not able to. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Hello, everybody. Come on, everybody. I'm going to invite my husband because why not? Who else can I? Oh, Kristen Jones is here. Oh, I'm loving that. I'm loving it. Good to see you, Kristen. I'm so glad you're here. Who else is here? Tag your friends. Mindy's here. Mindy Lou Who is here. Oh, I almost was able to tag. Oh, dang it. I've thought for a second. Tell me who's here. Okay, first question. What's your sign? Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. What's your sign? What's your sign? Tell me your sign. I'd love to know your sign. Hi, Mindy Lou Who. Good to see you, darling. Okay, what's your sign? That's my first question. Speed dating. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. That's my first question. What's your sign? I'm a Taurus. Good to see everybody. Hi, Hessie. Good to see you. Capricorn Sun, and Libra Moon. Awesome, Sherry. She's like, I got this. I got this. That's awesome. Thanks for showing up. Thanks. I was going to say thanks for visiting, and then that sounded funny. So I was like, well, showing up, visiting, saying hello. Good to see you. Sagittarius. We got a little bit of Hessie. We got a little bit of Patrice Kate is in the house. She is our amazing out of this world guest right now. Hessie's a Scorpio. Jennifer is a Virgo sun, a Taurus moon. Maybe that's why we get along, because I am a Taurus sun. I'm loving that. Okay, so let me see if I can bring you on video, little Miss Patrice Kate. Let me just see. Oh, dang it. Okay, so I don't see you on my back end. Hi, Heather. Good to see you. So I see Hessie and Jennifer O'Connor and Heather and Sherry and Mindy. So allow viewers to request to join you on video. Can you request to join me? Some people I am able to bring on video. I'm just not able to bring Patrice on video. That's not fair. So good to see everybody. We'll see if that works for you, Patrice. Let's see. Hi. There you are. Perfect. I somehow, some way. Okay. Yeah. Somehow, some way. I'm bringing you on video, girlfriend. Oh my gosh, Patrice. It's the little person on the right of the chat box. Cancer sun. There she is. Hi. Good to see you.
I had to get off my computer. This is crazy.
Oh, really?
I'll
Left,
do
not right.
it.
Thank you. Hi. Good to see you. Yeah, Jessica Turnbull's here. Heather's here. Hessie's here. What speed dating question do you want to ask, Patrice? I asked them what their sun signs are. Is there anything you want to ask?
I don't know. Too much pressure. I haven't dated in 10 years, so.
Spot. This is a fun one too. Like, how old are you? That's like a really good one. Because like, I don't want to date somebody that's like, 40 years older than me.
My speed dating question would be, have you been in therapy before?
That's a good speed dating question. I'm gonna put yes. I have been. I'll put yes right now. Okay, and that's a good question. That's Patrice's speed dating question. Hi, Diana. Good to see you. Diana's going to join us for Wisconsin. Mindy has been with us before for Sedona. Let me see who else is here. So let's see here. Patrice has been here for several of our retreats. Sedona. Hessie says yes. Mindy says yes. Kathy's coming on. Yeah, so tell us your sun sign. Sherry says yes. Good. Look at this. Look at all this. No shame with that. That is so true. This is good. Tabor's here. Yay. Diana. So yay. So Patrice, you get to meet Diana in Wisconsin. So excited for that. Yes, and you have met Mindy, so there's several on here as well. So, yay! So I wanted to bring Patrice on and just let y'all get to know her. She's been at several of the Sedona retreats, and then this year she's going to help out with and be able to share her expertise with the online in March, and then with Wisconsin in May, and then again in Sedona in August. So I love that. So Heather says she's not attended yet, but she's interested. We'd love to have you, Heather. We can have two Heathers at the retreat. What'd you say, Patrice?
We might just have to give you each different nicknames.
That's true. I like that. Heather, what do you go by? Do you have a certain nickname? I used to always go by Crazy. Okay, that's another speed dating question. Real quick, what is your nickname? There we go. What's your nickname? That's a good speed dating question. Did you ever have to date? Maybe this is too personal, but did you have to date? Because you and Carl knew each other in college, didn't you?
Been together since I was 19. Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's amazing.
I'm a serial monogamous relationship kind of person. I went from like one to the next one.
You're like, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is what we're
I'm like
doing.
looking for a life partner. That was what I was doing.
I love it. I love it. Isn't that wonderful? I love that. So we got some nicknames. We got Hessie and Ray and Cher Bear. Sherry, I can see that. Tay Tay. Mardell is Tabor. And I feel like you need to meet a lot of these ladies, like all of these ladies, every single one.
Well,
Mindy.
I'm going to be with you for the next 6 months, apparently, like nonstop. So if everybody just comes to one of the retreats, I'll be there.
I love it. We got HP. So Heather Ray goes by HP. That's good. That works. HP.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's excellent. I like Share Bear too. That's cute. That's cute. Because I like the Care Bears. Yay! So wonderful to have you, Patrice. Thank you so much for joining us. And feel free, people that want to ask more questions about retreat, feel free. And Patrice, if you have any more speed dating questions, that's completely fine. We're okay with that. But again, I just wanted to introduce Patrice. So I think you've been joining me for 2 or 3 years now, joining us at the retreats.
Ooh, yeah.
We're going on 3.
Mhm.
So I love it. And I feel it was so synchronistic when I first reached out to you. I just felt like it was, and you answered so quick. I was like, did you want to come to Sedona with me? And you're like, yes. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
obviously what we're
of
going to
course I
do.
want to come to Sedona with you. I love it. So I'd love to just hear, what prompted you that you just felt like, yeah, I need to go. I need to go. I need to go to this retreat. What was it that just kind of sparked you that I need to go?
Well, I think, we have kind of always had a connection. So Heather was at a few of the trainings that I was assisting at for Brainspotting, and I reached out to her and was like, I just think we're supposed to meet. And she was like, yeah, come to my house. That's what we're going to do. And so she was like, you should come to Sedona. And I was like, of course. She just kind of returned the favor, and I kind of felt drawn in to just see what it was going to be like. I had no idea walking into it, and it's just been the most amazing, wonderful thing to get to help with. I always feel like rejuvenated when I go home, even though I'm, assisting with everybody. It's so cool to get to be a part of everyone's experience when they're connecting into their gifts, they're, healing this past stuff, and you can just feel the community and connection. I think that's probably why I was drawn to you, is just you have this wonderful community already created, and then to be able to meld into it and offer what I can offer felt really right to me.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Oh, well, I'm so glad you did. It's funny too, just like you said, like we were drawn to each other right away. I felt that too. I was like, I want to know her. So, and I just thank you. Thank you for coming to retreat. I mean, it's really powerful. Like I just feel like I think the first Sedona, I think maybe we had like 14 to 15. I'm trying to think. And then last year, I think it was 16. And then this year, I think we have 9 spots left for Sedona. So you can come to Sedona if you want to come to Sedona. And then Wisconsin, I think we have 5 spots open. So there's that. And then online, we have 4 spots open. So would love to have you. And I loved having you in Sedona that first time. It was almost just like, I loved seeing you. I just remember you. This is funny. I'm totally reminiscing, but I'm like, I saw you get off the shuttle. You were coming over. It was really cute. And I feel like with that too, it was almost just like we knew, and I'm just going to throw this out there, and I don't want to necessarily speak for you, but I feel like it was almost like I knew, and I hope you knew too, that there was magic, like there was going to be magic. I could just feel that there was going to be magic. And I love what you shared too about that community and about being able to have that connection, because it's always amazing to me. And I feel like I would love to speak into this, just like what our first day looks like, what our second day looks like, what our third day looks like. And a lot of times on that first day, we actually have a ceremony the night before the actual first day. And it's so cute and sweet to see everyone like not really know each other, but by the end, people are like practically sitting on each other's
I
laps.
know.
And it's just that sense of community, like you had shared, and just that sense of connection. So I'd love for you to just share, like, what kind of transformation do you see through the retreat for people?
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of bravery, because a lot of people come out, sometimes they come out in a group of few people knowing each other. But we've had a lot of people that come that don't know anybody, and they just kind of know what you've put out there before. And the bravery and courage that takes to kind of like walk into a group and cross your fingers and hope that you're going to come out the other side feeling more connected. It's huge. And I can honestly say in these last 2 years that I've done this, I've never seen anybody go by the wayside. And so it's cool to see everybody come together that first night, and it's like kind of awkward, it's kind of clunky. It's like, how much of my real self am I going to show here? Like, who am I going to be in this scenario? And then by the last day, everybody's just really embracing their authenticity. You have a group of people that see you for you and love and care for you. It's always so funny because the months after the retreat, everybody's on the Facebook Messenger group, like checking in with each other and, oh, this happened to me today. And so, someone will reach out to offer support. And so it's just that transformation. It's only, 5 days, but the closeness and the connection that you create in those 5 days and really getting to be your authentic self, I think has been just so amazing and beautiful to watch.
I love that you share that. And just like you shared too, the bravery and the courage, because I feel like there are people on here. Tara Young is going to be with us in Wisconsin. Kim Moore is going to be with us online. And I feel like for both of them, I just want to speak into this. It's just that bravery or that courage, like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And I feel there's almost just this pull of some sort, like intuition or heart or soul, whatever it is, that I need to do this. I need to make change somehow. Or I want to be able to align to my life path. I want to do this. And I feel I'm kind of tearing up right now because I just feel like that's your heart, that's your soul, that's saying to you, yes, I need to do this for me. I need to do this for me. And just like you shared too, that nobody is left behind. Like, it's amazing to me. It's amazing. One thing that comes to mind is this last one in Sedona, and Charlene had to leave early. And I don't know if you remember that, but everyone's like, oh my gosh, like I'm tearing up right now, right? And we were just like, all like group hug, and we were like, it's Charlene. Like, it was kind of chaotic, but at the same time, it was just like, we didn't want the party to end. We didn't want the retreat to end. And we didn't want any of it almost felt like fellowship or sisters or that kind of thing. We didn't want anyone to have to leave like that high vibration, And so I just feel like it is that sense of, of ease too, to be your authentic self, to be your genuine self. And I keep reflecting back at Sedona. Mindy was there just this last one we had, because it was such an eclectic group of people, but everybody just clicked, and it was really, really cool to see.
Isn't that the wildest thing though? Like, I feel like you have all these people from all these different walks of life who I think even outside of this setting might not even become close. And I think that's the wonderful thing about this group is that, each of these retreats, you get together with these group of people, you're going through these transformations together, and it really shifts so much inside of you, and how you see other people, and the support and the love that you can feel is just, it's so amazing. I mean, sometimes you look at like these different women and you're like, I can't even imagine that we have all these different energies in the same room, and they meld so amazingly together by the end.
I love that. That's perfect the way you said that, because I just feel like it does. It feels like people are different or come from different walks of life too. I mean, I just feel like that speaks volumes to have people from so many different walks of life, and then coming together and just really, really seeing each other and coming to a level of trust that they're able to be who they need to be in that setting. And with that, I mean, obviously we're working on some pretty deep skills. I mean, we're working on being able to hone your spiritual skills and being able to really hone your intuition. So it's almost like we would need to be in a sense of trust and a sense of safety of some sort to be there. And I'm just going to catch up on comments real quick, because I love what Kim said. She puts, sometimes it's just an ass kicking to get back to what you're good at. So that's why she's showing up for the online. So I love that. And then Tara's just saying, like, my heavenly loved ones and angels told me it's time to go, which is so beautiful. I love that. And I feel I'm going to throw a speed dating question out there because I have to. How many tattoos do you all have? How many do you have, Patrice?
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. And Sedona, I have to get my 6th one. So that's my plan.
Yay. So that's what's happening in Sedona. And we got this. I got this one with Patrice in Sedona.
Yeah.
Can you show yours? Where's yours? Oh, you got your mountain, right? I know it's kind of tricky. We both kind of got one right in there. Yeah. So we were on the tattoo tables next to each other getting tattoos. So that's Sedona. Okay, so just so y'all know,
When you go to
Sedona, we're
Sedona,
getting
you leave with a
you
tattoo.
leave with the tattoo. It's all good. It's all good. Candy says 0. Okay, so that and Jean does too. Okay, that's fine. You come to Sedona. We'll tat you up.
Yeah. Oh my
I
gosh, so
love it.
many zeros.
Look at that. Heather's the 0 too. Hi Sheila, good to see you. We're just chatting about the retreat. This is Patrice. Tell us more. And I'm gonna just I'm talking to the audience of like, who else has the tats? Come on now. 0, 0, 0. Oh, okay. Sherry, thank you. Jennifer, okay, technically 3, but it's a cover up. That's awesome. 19, Hessie. Well, you can still come to Sedona. That's okay. We are getting tattoos in Sedona. Look at her. Mindy has 1. I'm like that. Oh, Sherry. She's a tattoo virgin.
Tattoo. She's got to come to Sedona. I mean, we know the best tattoo artists now.
We do. Mine was George. Do you remember your guy?
I don't know, but he was so good.
He was really good. Yeah, he was really, really good. And our personalities like matched with our tattoo guys. Did you know?
That's probably why I don't know the name of mine, because we just kind of like sat there and took in the conversation that you and George were having. George and Heather were having a ball. It was like already a lot of energy, so you just had to.
Oh my gosh, it was funny. Well, it's funny. Sherry says that would be so fun. We'd love to have you. Hessie says she still has plenty of empty skin. Kim says, holy cow, about 19. Sheila has 1 with all boys' names. I love that. But yeah, George and I, it was so funny. We were so perfectly matched because George is like, I'm really scared of death. And I'm like, guess what I do for a living? But yeah, he was funny. Oh my
He
gosh.
was funny.
That was good times. Tara says, I'll have to find a tattoo artist in the Dells because Tara's coming to Wisconsin. Yeah, maybe we need to do, you don't have to, Patrice, but maybe we do need to do tats for that as well. In Wisconsin, I'm really excited just because we do have that extra day, just like we have with Sedona. And so was looking at hiking, but we can definitely go into the Dells and yeah, get our tattoos because why not? I love this. Look at this. Look at this. Diana says, need to find a tattoo artist on a spiritual journey to tattoo at every retreat. That would be awesome. One person is brain spotting while the other is getting a tattoo.
I actually always put myself on a resource spot every tattoo I've ever gotten. So they've almost never hurt because I'm just like, nope, I'm not even like here in this space right now. I am somewhere else.
I love that. Do you want to explain what a resource spot is?
Yeah, so resource spot is a spot in your field of vision that you find that brings kind of a calming, a centering. It can be connected to some kind of like peaceful place to really amplify it. It can be connected to a person or your spiritual guides. And you can really hone in on that space to kind of create this calming and regulation in your body, have everything feel like a little bit more soothed, a little bit more gentle, especially on days that you maybe need just a little bit extra compassion or love. It can be really helpful for all those times.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So yes, I love this. Diana's on it. Like she's like, because Patrice was already brain spotting while she was getting well, and I don't remember, but I started like, I was on a resource spot as well, I'm sure, just because I started like fading. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you were taking pictures and I'm like, we're good. And I'm okay.
Yeah, that's how I know you're like really into it because all of a sudden you're very quiet and you're like, you're gone.
I just like fade away. I love it. Well, I'd love to talk more about that too. Let me just check in with Hessie real quick. When I got the one on my elbow, I had a giant guy tell me I was going to cry. So I stared him down straight faced the whole time. Hessie!
That's awesome.
Girl, I love that. Well, and let's talk more about the, with the retreat, kind of how the setup is.
Yeah.
And so the first night, it is just about getting to know each other. We have a ceremony. One of the Sedona retreats, we were able to have MJ. She did an opening ceremony for us from Australia. So that was really neat. And also, just being able to get to know each other, being able to really vibe, come in. A lot of times people have traveled throughout the day. So it's just coming in, meeting each other, having a ceremony. And with that too, just being able to really share like, what do you need from the retreat? What are you feeling about the retreat? Two, this is a time and a space for us to be able to share to, who we are, what we need for that time together. And I always share that I'm truly an introvert at heart. And so I know people see me out and about and yeah, woo, 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 which I love. I love people. And at the same time, I'm definitely need my own time and energy. And so I share that. Like that's one thing that I'm very open and vulnerable about on that first day. And so we're able to share more about ourselves during that time. And then with that, then the first day, it's all about clearing and cleansing. And so with that, we look at self-compassion, which Patrice has a lot of expertise in. And we do a lot with being able to just let go, because it feels too that we need to be able to let go of what no longer serves us so we can tap into our intuitive gifts. And so with that, I believe it was the first Sedona retreat, we did a lot of the group brain spotting, and then we did like 15 minutes of laser brain spotting, or I think maybe we went into half hour. Last year, I loved last year too. Like, I think either way we could do it, but we were able to have like longer time of brain spotting, like more one-on-one. And I really appreciated that. And that was Patrice's grand plan. So that was good. I'm glad that you brought that forward. And it was just neat to see people release, like truly like release, So I'd love to just hear from you, kind of your perspective of how you view that clearing and cleansing day. Like, how do you see it? How do you view it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an amazing time to not only clear and cleanse and go through what you need to go through in order to be able to embrace the next few days of really connecting into your gifts, but it's also a really vulnerable space to keep creating that community and that connection. I think it was so funny. I brain spot everybody like all day long, basically. Heather's teaching, and then I just like grab them one after another, and you see like slowly throughout the day as people leave the space that I'm doing processing with them, like people start to get a little afraid because you come out with like tears and stuff like that, and people are like, "Am I next? I don't know." And I'm like, "It's gonna be fine. The water's warm. Let's do it." Mm-hmm. But it's such an amazing day to be able to really go in deep into your subcortical brain. You get to let go of things that you've been holding on to for a really long time in a space that I try to hold as non-judgmental as possible, so that you can really release what you need to in order to align to your gifts. Because we talk a lot about how, some of that earthly stuff, it keeps us really bogged down that we can't actually connect into our spiritual connections and gifts because we're too tied to something. And so when we get to sever that and move forward, we get to really use those next few days to replenish and restore. And the nice thing about having the next few days is if we open something that feels really unmanageable, both Heather and I are there to make sure that we can get things to a contained space. And that can be it's really a blessing too, to get to be able to follow people along that path. And you think you won't bring something big. And then, I'm kind of the master at
she really is.
like picking up rocks and turning over rocks that like you didn't think we were ever going to touch. And it's a really wonderful space to just like let it rip, like take the Band-Aid off, and just like, so you can let it go and let it heal.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well said. And yeah, and I see Quinn's on here. So Quinn, we were just talking about the retreat and the first day, the clearing and cleansing. And with that, I mean, we do need to let go. We do need to release, because that is, sometimes people will have a hard time accessing their gifts, and that's what's holding them back, is whatever, is maybe trapped there, or whatever is frozen in time that we just want to be able to release. Kim says she loves brain spotting. And so with that, Patrice are laughing about like people just opening up. I think that that's it too, is being able to just witness us seeing people like release, and like it no longer serves them. And just like you said to Patrice, that we're able to really hold that space for the next few days. And what's nice too, we added an extra day. And so the day after the clearing and cleansing and brain spotting, it's an open day. And then Patrice is able to bring in more with self-compassion. And so I love that too, just because I feel like that allows us to be able to continue holding the container and then introducing more with that self-compassion. So would you be okay speaking into the self-compassion piece a little bit more?
Yeah, so last year we did, I think like a 2 hour slot on self-compassion. So kind of what I do is teach a little bit about the myths of self-compassion, challenging some of those. We do some skill building around self-compassion, and then we talk about like what holds you back from self-compassion and really just have a group conversation around breaking through some of those barriers because a lot societally we learn that we're supposed to be giving of ourselves constantly in order to be a good person. And so a lot of us are on this pursuit to be good, and it often comes at a huge sacrifice to our well-being. And that's one of the things that we have to let go to connect into our gifts, right? Like we can't be constantly tied to overgiving of ourselves because we don't have room. Like these higher vibrations require freedom in you. If you don't have that internal freedom to like let go and move into them, you can't get there. And so that self-compassion piece is really important because it's about taking a step back, setting boundaries, containing and knowing your own energy. It's just like with Heather being an introvert, which I know nobody believes, but I can attest to because I shared a room with her the last 2 years. Um, if she didn't have the boundaries around her introversion, if she didn't have the compassion for herself to recognize and be okay and honor that, and not need to be like the super extroverted person that she often is, the retreats wouldn't be as good. They wouldn't serve as many people because you wouldn't take that step back, right? Like you'd feel like, okay, and now I got to go to dinner with everybody, and now I got to go do this with everybody. And, you know, when Heather allows herself that space to reset, she's actually able to give so much more. And so that's really what we focus on is what are the things that you need to have that reset, to feel more yourself, to feel more full so that you can really connect into your gifts and give back in the way that feels best for you.
I love that. Yeah. So how are you going to be able to give back, at your absolute best? Like, how are
Yeah,
you able to do that? And self-compassion allows us to do that, like
right.
allows us to be able to do that. And it almost feels like, witnessing, like fill up your own cup so that you can give,
Hmm.
right? And Heather just says, I mean, INFJ, whoop, whoop, there she is, introvert also. And I appreciate you saying that too, Patrice, because I feel, Patrice has held space for me before as well. And it's like, I want to just keep giving, giving, giving. And it's so nice to be able to have that mirror, that reflection saying, yes, but at what cost?
Hmm.
What is that going to do to you? And
Hmm.
so I appreciate you sharing that too, with self-compassion, is that it is a society thing. Like it is, I mean, we're taught that go, 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 serve, 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 help, help, help. And so I feel like almost like gifting ourselves and honoring ourselves to be able to really, again, like gift ourselves that self-compassion.
Hmm.
And I just want to say that Patrice is an extrovert. So
I am an extrovert, yeah. Heather always gets so shocked. I like come in and I'm like, bam, I am on top of the world. And she's like, absolutely don't talk to me. Like, give me this space right now because I cannot handle your energy. It's very interesting that we can like not murder each other staying in the
funny.
same room for 5 days. But we're really good at communicating boundaries. And that's like a big thing I think that we talk a lot about in the self-compassion piece is like, how do I have compassionate boundaries? How do I move from being nice to being kind? And kindness always has to include yourself. Compassion always has to include yourself. Otherwise, in some ways, it's disingenuous in the way that we give it out to others because we can't give it fully.
That's so true. That's so true. And I appreciate that too, because I feel in a lot of ways, just with my introversion, it's almost just like I don't feel like that's bad by any means, but at the same time, I almost just feel like for me anyway, I had to move through that because
Hmm.
sometimes people have a certain expectation,
Hmm.
of me or of, what is to be expected. And so I appreciate that. And yes, I was really surprised that you were such an extrovert. I was like, what's going on
I
here,
just
girl?
love
But
the energy.
but I love, just like you said too, is those boundaries, so I really appreciate you bringing that forward. And I think that that's a thing about too being in communal, like too, because I feel like some people are maybe nervous about being in an Airbnb, everyone all together, but at the same time it's almost like if we're able to have those boundaries and we're able to have that space, or be able to take a walk or whatever else we're able to do, we can do that. And I feel like with that community atmosphere, thank you, I was like, well, what am I trying to say? With that, it's almost like helping us to be able to witness that we are going to be there for everybody else. We
Yeah.
are going to, if somebody needs to take a walk, we're going to allow that space to happen, or, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm going to throw this out there. And I love this because Patrice, I think you touched on this last year, but it's almost like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with taking space or walking away or that kind of thing. There's nothing wrong, and nobody thinks there's anything wrong. And what I loved, you touched on this last year, I'm not sure if you remember, but almost like how there could be competition, I think is what maybe you had shared, or how there could be like that. And it's just not there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just noticed that with the community that we have, it's like everyone gets to be
Mm-hmm.
themselves, and you are who you are, and you just get to show up as who you were born to be, which I love. I
And
love.
like our brains heal through not only the processing of things, but also the experiencing of new things. And it's not often that we get to be in a community where you can say, I got to go take an hour. And everybody's just like, yeah, do it. We won't
Mm-hmm.
bother you. You know, because too often we're around people, you know, whether it be kids or spouses or even friends, you know, that we're just like, oh, I need this space, and people are like, oh no, but like let's do this first, or you know, you just kind of like feel bad in certain ways. And so getting to experience that like really viscerally, you know, in your mind, in your body, getting to say these things, set these boundaries, have these expectations, and have it actually not only be okay, but be celebrated is such a shift, because you get to go home and you're like, people should celebrate me saying no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to find the people in your life that do celebrate you taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And then those are
absolutely.
the people we lean in on, right? Like when you're having a hard time or I'm having a hard time, it's like, no, like get out of here. We're not like, you don't need to deal with those people. You get to take care
Mm-hmm.
of yourself. And so you have like this, you start finding the people who remind you, like, you are to be celebrated. Your space is to be celebrated. Like you doing what is best for you, you should have people around you that can support and love you through that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. And I feel like with the retreats, we have that. Like
Yeah.
somehow we're all coming together, all our vibrations are coming together, we're all crossing paths for a reason, and we're able to do that. Like, you want to take care of yourself, please go take care of
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And so it's almost as if, too, and I notice this every time, it's almost as if all these vibrations have come together, all of these people have come together, and they're all necessary together. Like, you've probably seen this, like it's almost like all the dynamics are necessary, all the vibrations are necessary. And I want to say that those of you coming to retreat, just as you're coming in, really notice that, like, I created this.
Mm-hmm.
I created this space. I co-created with universe to be able to show up and to be able to be with all of you, so that I can grow and I can learn and I can become the best version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love that. And so we have, just like I said, the ceremony, then we have the Brainspotting and the clearing and cleansing day. We have a day that we're able to integrate. So that is a day of like hiking. I think we also did a full moon circle,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were able to do the self compassion. And then on the next day, we look at mediumship. So it's really neat to be able to see people completely cleared out. Elaine's here, just FYI.
I saw her.
Did you see Elaine's here. Hi, Tiffany. Good to see you as well. And so there she is. Hello, beautiful ladies. The retreat changed me, and you both were incredibly supportive and fun. Mwah. Lady, you shifted,
Yeah,
girlfriend. Man,
for
amazing,
sure.
amazing. I want to talk more about mediumship, but I also would love to hear if anybody has questions about retreat, like what to
Yeah.
expect, or even to, Lady, even to just be able to share your experiences. I know Mindy's here. Thank you. Tara, what are you looking for? Kim, what are you looking for? Diana, what are you looking for? Any questions with retreat as we continue talking? I'm trying to see if there's other retreaters here. So we got Tara, Diana, let's see, Kim. Yeah, Mindy has been at our retreats before. Would love to have you. Would love to have you. It's really neat to, again, just like I said, to like start seeing some of these different vibrations coming together. So yay. So Elaine, we're expecting her to be at Wisconsin this year. So super excited about that. But yeah, feel free to share Yeah, feel free to share your experiences or if you have questions or what you're expecting too. Would love to hear that. Kim just says, I'm definitely interested in more brain spotting. I think it's all just added support for all aspects. Yeah, yeah. Kim's then had, different sessions and whatnot. It's really neat to see that shifting. So I love being able to witness that. So feel free to jump in if there's, for the people that are listening, like if you have any questions or you want to share what your experience was or what you're expecting. So Kim just says psychic and medium stuff is epic. Eleni, expect the unexpected and do expect support, healing, gifts, opening, sisterhood. Yeah, absolutely. I feel that for sure. Yeah. And so I feel like as we move into psychic and medium on that next day, and then the final day, we look at crossing the time space continuum, you're ready for it. So it's almost just like you've done that clearing and cleansing, you've been able to integrate, you're moving into just really allowing us, oh, maybe Arizona, sweet Eleni. So I feel like really allowing for us to be able to move into our gifts and being able to allow for us to really harness them. So it's neat to be able to see that too, where I feel like with that, we kind of have to have this foundational, these steps before we're actually going in there. And so I feel like with that, it's amazing to be able to see people like shift and then tap into their gifts like almost quickly because of that. And so people are like really surprised. They're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had that in me. But I'd love to hear from you, Patrice, like what your experience has been witnessing the mediumship or just what comes up for you.
Yeah, I think it's like you were talking about, all these different energies coming together at the same time for a purpose. I think they actually enhance the opening of other people's gifts too. Like you get these pings from other people, and then you start to get them in yourself, and you get the assistance that you need to really connect into those gifts. But also that energetic combination really helps, I think, open them up for everybody. And I know in Arizona, in Sedona, we've been in between a lot of vortexes, and that energy sure helps. I think there's a lot of really cool energy in Wisconsin. I'm a native here, but so I might be a little biased, but just like the places that Heather chooses for us to be at too, they're always in such aligned, nature driven, like really open kind of areas, which really just helps you connect into your gifts. I feel like at such a deeper level too.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I'm really excited for Wisconsin. Just this is the first time we're doing Wisconsin, and that it'll be near Devil's Lake. So I'm really excited about that. Just the energies there, and so I appreciate that you bring that forward. I'm just really excited too to see people being able to integrate this.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I feel like nature really supports the mediumship. Like nature really supports the psychic gifts, and just like you shared too, just being able to be around like-minded people, being able to witness how we're really crossing paths for a reason and that we're exchanging those gifts. And I think what's interesting too is that some people will come in and feel like, okay, I have these gifts, I don't have these gifts, and how quickly they're stepping into these gifts they don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
Yeah.
then sharing the gifts they do. It's amazing to be able to see that and to witness that as well.
Well, and I know that like, because you do this every single day, and so you're really connected into yours, obviously. But, for me, when I get to walk into these spaces, I can, because I don't have the opportunity to practice as often, I can like feel how everything just amplifies when I'm in that space, and stuff just like comes through, and it's like ding, 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 ding. And it's like, oh yeah, this is so nice. I love it when this happens. This is like makes life a lot easier. And so I think, people get to have that, and being around you and having you be such a great teacher and then be around each other, it really starts to open you up to things that you didn't think were possible for you, or that you kind of categorized out a long time ago, like this is what I am, and so this is what I need to follow. Like you get so much more freedom to take in so much more and be more, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you say that. Yeah. And take in more and be more. Like, I just feel like that resonates with me so much. I hope other people are picking up on that, where it's just like, you get to be this.
Mm-hmm.
This is you, and being around that energy just allows that to open up even more,
Mm-hmm.
which is incredible. Do you see JC's here?
Yeah.
JC
Hi,
Jace.
Tracy.
Yay. Listen to this. Hessie says, I'm expecting the most amazing life-changing experience. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to Sedona. Woo! Hessie's in the house. So that's Jessie. Jessica, obviously. You can see that, Patrice. But we call her Hessie. So she's already got a nickname. I love it. Diana, what are you expecting? So Diana's going to be in Wisconsin with us. I'm hoping to grow my gifts and meet like-minded people just to be able to talk to someone about what is happening and not have them look at me like I'm not well in some way. It's
Yeah.
true, right? Yes, and I think that that's a tricky part. Marlene is just hopping on. She'll be with us in Wisconsin as well. Bye, bye, bye. Yeah, and I think that that's it too, is just being able to be around like-minded people and to be included, you know, and just like Patrice said too, that Patrice, you may not be doing this every single day, but at the same time, you know, knowing you have it in you, knowing that it's a part of you, and then as you show up, then you know it's just amplified to a whole nother
Well, and
level.
it's so funny because then I get people like, that have these gifts like in my therapy office too. And you can like feel when people come in with them and I can like feel the energy. And I'm like, I just wonder how long it's going to take you for you to be like, and just sometimes I feel like I can talk to people's dead relatives. And I'm like, and they're just waiting for me to be like, oh my God, we got to lock you up or something like that. And I'm just like, yes, let's do that more, please. Like, let's tap into that. Let's open up that channel. Like, let's clear what's creating a sometimes instead of an all the time. And so, I think that that's the amazing thing is that you really get to be heard and understood and not looked at like are off your rocker or anything like that. Like we're all there for the same reason to help open up into this, higher power, really.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. And yes, I love too that you bring forward. I don't know if I even really introduced what you do for a living. But I mean, I think people kind of figured it out. But well, we have a therapist that's going to be at the retreats. So here we are. And I love that though, just because I feel like, in therapy, we're able to go super deep. And so with that, as you're helping different of your clients being able to discover this, it's just like, yes, let's do more of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel too, like with that, with the retreat, just really witnessing that people are able to be accepted for who they are. And that's what I love about Patrice too. You're so unconditional, and I love that, and non-judgmental. And I feel like, I feel like I'm getting kind of teary because I feel so honored and blessed and privileged that I get to do these with you. I know.
You're gonna make me cry. And
So
that's not fair. I'm in postpartum, so I cry easily
She just
right
had a
now.
baby. She just had a baby. But I just appreciate you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And thanks for you keep showing up. And I really do appreciate that. So thank you. Yeah. And you put up with me. So that's a good thing too.
I think we put up with each other.
Marlene just shares, oh yeah, so you get to meet Marlene. I'm super excited for that. And Marlene, what would you like from the retreat? We're starting to wrap up, but would love to hear if anybody has questions or any other comments. So Hessie says, I share protection techniques with my cousin today, and she asked me if you give me weird looks when I ask for insights, like I should already know the answer. I know, isn't that funny? Just the different things that come forward. Aw, JC, so much respect and admiration for you guys. That's not an easy job. Aw, you both are rock stars. I'm gonna own that. Come on now. I love it. Well, so excited, so excited, so excited. And I'm just gonna share that the March retreat is March 23rd through 25th, and that's online. And then Wisconsin is going to be the last week of May, and August is the first week. August is the first week of August. Sedona is the first week of August.
It is. You're right, though, Heather. I mean, you didn't say anything wrong.
I love that. But yeah, so I would just, no pressure, Patrice, but any like closing words or thoughts or anything
My
coming to
closing
mind?
words are if you feel any ounce of you drawn to any of this, to sign up and try it.
Mm-hmm.
Your fear is just all of the conditioned stuff from here. Like it doesn't speak as loudly as like what you're meant to do and where you're meant to be.
Beautiful, beautiful. That was beautiful. Did you channel that?
I just like talk and then things come through. So
I think it's been fun witnessing you too, where you're like, I'm channeling. I'm like, yes, you are, girlfriend. Yes, you are channeling. No, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for doing that. And I completely agree with you 100%. If you're feeling called, even just announce it's meant for you,
mm-hmm.
And we'd love to support you. So I love that. So yay. Well, let me go ahead and close us with prayer. Okay, here we go. So, Father, Mother, God, all of our guides, angels, masters, and teachers, thank you so much for being here with this incredible group of people. And thank you for this amazing gift of Patrice before me. We are so lucky to be in everyone's presences and so lucky to be able to change our lives and allow us to be able to be in alignment with who we are. Please allow each and every person here to know that their gifts are meant to be brought forward. Allow them to know they can be their genuine self, they can be their authentic self. And please allow each and every person here to know that there truly is so much more to come. So sending blessings in the highest of light and love to all of you. Amen. Yay. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Patrice. I don't want this to end, but I know it has to. But come to online, come to Wisconsin, come to Sedona.
It doesn't have to end.
It's all good. It doesn't end. Awesome. Thanks so much for showing up for those of you here and then those of you in the replay. And if you want to join us, you can head out to Heather Corbett, Spiritual Advisor. And we'd love to have you join us. So Heather says, thank you so much. Amen, says Marlene. Amen, says Diana. Hessie, appreciate you too. Yep, can't wait to meet you in person. Boom, boom, pow. I love it. Awesome. Yay. Okay, take care, everybody. All right. Thank you so much, Patrice.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.